Welcome to another episode of Sick of Being Lonely. Are you sick of being lonely? If so, visit sickofbeinglonely.com because we can help. All right, guys. Today's episode is about marriage in the 21st century. Are you for it or against it? Now, I have two special guests in the studio with me. I got the big homie Chris with me and the big homie Rob.
Yo, what's good?
All right, gentlemen, because a lot of people have been writing into the show and asking advice as to whether they should get married or not, and what they should look for in a woman, or if they should stay with the person that they're actually with. So, just try and give everybody the male perspective here, because that's what we focus on primarily, in regards to what we think. So without further delay, I believe Rob is married. Rob, are you married?
I am.
How long have you been married, Rob?
I've been married for 11 years. 12 years, I'm sorry.
Oh, wow. Okay, you passed the decade mark.
12 years.
And how do you feel about it?
I feel good about it, man. I'm a pro-marriage guy, I suppose. I mean, to each his own. I'm not really, here to talk for everyone. But if you could find someone that you can build with and, love and, trust and, have fun with and all that stuff, by all means, man. The union is fantastic. The union is fantastic.
So why do you think so many guys are having issues finding that special someone?
I guess, there's a lot of factors to that, sir. I guess some people aren't, finding the right person. Like I said before, trust. Trust is a big thing. And, this day and age especially, man, a lot of stuff is out there. You know what I mean? Your personality is out there without you even saying a word. You know what I mean? Social media got you on blast and stuff like that. So, we're missing out on the, getting together and getting to know somebody stage, really the courting stage, you know what I mean? Because I'm not perfect, so the courting stage is something that has to sort of keep going, you know what I mean? Just because you have a wife now and you still gotta make them feel special, make them feel like they're the only one, you know what I mean? Just do what you gotta do in order to have them thinking everything is all good.
Well, you just made a good point about keeping going and just longevity and all that's good when it comes to marriage, but I think titles do change and people change over time too.
Well, let's just give Chris the formal intro. Now, Chris, you were in a long LTR, a long-term relationship, for how long, sir?
Roughly, I would say about 10 years.
Okay, guys, I just want to let you know by legal definition, that is common law marriage status. So he does technically qualify as being a married man. Okay, Chris, continue.
For real?
Well,
is that
10 years, dude? Yeah.
Yeah, I can't say married.
Yeah, but I mean,
married officially, no,
not the door down the aisle, but in actually legal terms, like DC 7 years.
Yeah, with someone.
Maryland is 8, I think.
They ain't even live together.
And then it was
okay.
cohabitating.
Yes, you had to cohabitate.
But still, it is
Cohabitate.
It's still a very long time, man.
And
did you feel married?
Now that I've been out of the relationship, yes.
Wow. So you didn't?
Yes.
Okay, what's the
married,
differences?
Yeah, when I was going throughout the duration.
I was about to say, that's why he out.
Yeah. But, now that I'm out of it, it's like, wow, we put that much time in together and we were attached and basically grew up together.
Give me some pros and cons.
Knowing that someone has your back and supports you.
Dope.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the main things about relationships and marriage. Someone that supports you.
Now, what are the cons?
Cons are having this person not fuck with you that day or week or month.
Oh, the emotional ups and downs.
Happens, whatever, but you just gotta live with that. That happens, whatever. You can be in it don't matter if you relationship for 2 months or 20 years. You always gonna have a spat and a little disputes and skirmishes here and there. But you gotta
It's hard knowing that this person that you love so much could also hate you the most too.
I've had a difficult time with that as well. What is that about? Is it another person, or is that the same? Is that the same woman, or is that another personality or ego? What is that?
Honestly, if I could, I don't know, speak for the women, but I mean, it's disappointment. You know what I mean? They are somewhat disappointed sometimes. You know what I mean? And then that gets manifest.
Or the situation disappointed.
Yeah, well, you disappointed them, and that manifests itself sometimes into, they could hurt feelings. You know what I mean? They cut to the core. You know what I'm saying? They'll tell you what's up, and then you be like,
what if you didn't really do anything wrong?
Listen, we never do anything wrong, man. Nigga in jail tell you ain't do shit. You know what I mean? That's the ego thing, man. You know what I mean? That's all it is. There's a certain feeling they have, and you're not fulfilling it. You could be Barack Obama. I bet you Michelle be like, this nigga, man. Just when this nigga going? You know what I mean? Yeah. There's always something.
Are
you know what I
you
mean?
supposed
You
to
gotta be able
keep taking that abuse? If you're doing what you're supposed to do,
enough is enough.
Yeah. When do you draw the line in the sand?
If you're obviously not doing everything you're supposed to do. If there's an issue,
but
you know what I mean.
But nobody's perfect.
No, not at all, not at all. See, now we're getting into some sort of like psychological thing, and listen, I agree with you. You know what I mean? And now everybody in here giving me a side eyes. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm Matthew Broderick and the Cable Guy. Like now I'm the only nigga in the joint. Like y'all, you know what I'm saying? But for real, it's like it's certain feelings that they get and certain fulfillments that they're not getting and stuff like that.
Should relationships have a termination date? That you guys decide that, you know what, it's not working. We need to terminate this relationship to save our feelings.
We've talked about that.
I agree. I agree with that. If we're going to remain friends, if we're going to remain cool, we have to cut the anchor.
Especially if you got 3 kids like me. Shit.
Well, that's a different. Okay, let's talk about that. When there's offspring involved,
it's harder to separate. It's much harder to just roll out. You know what I mean?
Let me go somewhere else with it. If your children look like your spouse, and you're beefing with your spouse, do you treat your children differently because they favor that parent?
Nah. I don't.
I like that.
I'm saying this because
I've
had homeboys who told me
6-year-old ass
that their mothers were like, "You look just like your father," and they hate them.
Wow.
So my mama hate me because I look just like my dad.
Wow.
I said, "Damn, we were in high school." I'm like, but it made sense to me even back then. Think about it. He looks like the dad when the mom met him.
Yeah.
He may be behaving like him too.
Yeah.
And if she's never gotten closure from the dad.
Your pops was in shape once.
Like, damn, what the? Okay.
I think that's childish, though.
Can you elaborate?
That's definitely immature to say that because he has the same features as your father. He's not your father. This came from you. So for you to resent your own seed tells you about your character.
I agree with you, Chris. I agree with you, but you're using logic, and we all know that women tend to stay away from that and utilize more emotion.
Oh yeah.
So women, when you get into a relationship or a marriage, rather, is it a tug of war for logic versus emotion?
Every day.
That's the key right there.
Yeah. No. I mean, yeah.
Logic versus emotion.
It is, and you've got to be able to balance that, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay. What if you came to a common ground, you're like, all right, we're good, and then something else becomes how many times Do you ever get to a chill zone?
Do
you ever get to clear waters? Is it ever clear waters, or is it stormy weather? Is it ever clear waters?
You did everything you supposed to. Yeah, you got to make your own clear waters, man. You know what I mean? And that's for everything in life, man. You know what I mean? Like I like to go in the situation just like doing me, man. If you don't like it, man, listen. You know, we can talk about it a little bit, but this is me, you know.
But what if she's, you know, you guys are together, you guys are linked up, you've got years in. She doesn't want to talk about it. She just wants you to do something, and you don't even know what it is.
Well, you gotta express
So you have to find
yourself.
the Easter egg and kind of play the treasure hunt game.
That is
with no map.
That is
with no map. And if you don't do it,
just
there are a lot
survival
of times
instincts. One man dropped in the jungle, just using it for the survival instincts.
You'll never find the treasure if you don't know the map.
There you go. So what's going on here?
Yeah, right. Yeah, they definitely know where the treasure is. Look, yes, it is a tug of war.
Females know
it is
where
definitely
the
a tug of war, but this is life, man. You know what I mean? you know, bird can't walk around in my yard without the cat probably coming up to him and trying to, you know, slice him up, man. This is life, survival instinct.
I
You gotta just
understand
keep
what
doing
you're
what you
saying.
gotta do.
I understand what you're saying. But in both of you guys' opinion, do you believe that you can make a woman happy? Long term, prolonged happiness.
What
Not,
day?
oh, we went out on a dinner date or we did a date night or anything and that she's happy for that term. I'm
Then
talking
that
about,
cliche.
like,
can
can
money
you
buy
make her
happiness?
happy?
Well, here's the thing, and this is the thing. Like, you're always like hungry. You're always thirsty. The emotions go up and down, and they change. Like that's just part of life. Like the long-term happiness. Are they gonna be gleeful and walk around like barking like a dog and whatever movie you like? Nah, it ain't gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. It's gonna be tough, and it's gonna be a struggle. All that shit is
let me
hard.
pose it to you another way. If you're on the job and you're doing your job, does your boss come up to you and start stuff with you or put
You don't have
more
enough flair on
more
your,
work
you don't,
on
you need,
your,
you need a little bit more flair.
or when they
on
say,
your-
hey, you guys are doing a good job, the company's going well, keep it up.
Well, the sad thing is, you could be doing so well.
But-
the moment you're not doing well, the boss would come up to you and tell you you're not doing well.
Okay,
That's a good point because
Yep.
I'll
You're
get a
not
compliment.
keeping
I'll
up.
get a
You're
nice
not
little
keeping up.
bonus. I get a nice little vacation bonus. You know what I mean? I'll get a little time off. You know what I'm saying? You get that. You know, but but sometimes when you mess up,
When
the
your
boss
production
brings
slows
that up
down,
more. That's just like
It's just
but
a relationship.
it
You
doesn't,
just said that.
doesn't happen as
my man,
much.
Look, my man today just said, look, your wife just gave you 10 things on the list to do. You do 8. She calls you and she complains more about the 2 you didn't than the 8 you completed. You know, and that goes back to your logic. This is how we
But
think.
why? And is that healthy?
Maybe they were the 2 biggest things. He did
But
8
why?
simple
And
ass
is-
joints.
is that healthy?
And the two
Is that
was a
healthy?
real one.
Is that healthy?
And he made up 6 of them. Nah, I'm fucking.
Is it healthy, Chris?
Bottom line is you got to decide if you want to live your life making yourself happy or making your woman happy. There's a distinct line, and like he just said, or I'm gonna do me. I tell you right now, I'm living my life to make me happy, and if you want to get on board with me, then we could do that. But I'm not gonna change who I am
There you go.
every time you feel a certain way.
That makes sense. I agree with
That
that.
was Trey. That was Trey, by the way. We got
Catering, it's
introduced him.
hard to
That was
cater.
Trey, by the way. 20, how many years of marriage?
Catering's impossible.
This is the
almost.
We got
OG.
married in '97. I can't. You do.
No math. Trey got married in 97, man. Come on,
97,
man.
Trey.
That's 23, ain't it?
So you are getting
That's
the
Jay. That's Jordan before he switched to the 4-5.
And we done probably contemplated divorce maybe 22 times. But it's the, like Rob said, the marriage is hard. You know what I mean? If you think you're getting married just to, oh, this is the shit to do, nah. I don't care what goes on that day.
It's the shit to do.
It's fucked up.
Hey, this is shit to
what
do.
I'm
I'm doing.
saying?
Hey,
I mean,
what's up,
you
cuz
know-
y'all niggas trying to get
It's
married?
give and take, man.
You know,
It's
you
hard.
be like, man, I found Shawty. I'm gonna settle down.
Uh-huh.
Nah.
No?
As
Easier.
a dude, any dude tell you I don't give a fuck. You never stop looking at other women.
No.
You never stop. You never did. You might settle on the one you got at home.
Yeah.
But you still looking at the menu.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You already ordered your meal at the house,
Right.
but you still sitting there. Yeah, I'm
Right.
still looking at the menu.
That's fact.
Not that you might not order nothing.
These tater
but you
tots
still looking at the menu.
These tater tots could probably be a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'll
I
pass.
mean, that's just keeping it real.
Okay, but what happens when you get offered a side dish?
Don't act on it.
Some niggas slip. Some niggas slip. Some niggas look. This is the funny part right here. Some niggas walk away from it and then go home and mistreat their shorty because they didn't do the shit that they really wanted to do.
Real
And they like,
real
man,
talk alert.
I should have.
We have a real talk alert.
You know what I'm saying?
Real talk alert.
I done had conversations with my homies where they like, man, shorty was all on me. I should have just went on and knocked her down because I came home and shorty over here ain't doing. She just on
And
my
you're
neck
upset
all
and you're
day.
beat. I've actually been guilty of that myself. Cause I'm gonna try to explain it as I did the right thing. You don't know the temptation I just passed up. And you're on your normal BS kick, and I'm sorry, my tolerance level at
real
this
low.
particular point.
You're vulnerable, basically.
Yeah, man, I'm
Very
not.
vulnerable,
I don't want to.
very
Like you,
weak.
you should replicate the woman who I just turned down, so I can feel better about my decision.
Yeah.
And you're not even hunting. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
You're not even
exactly.
trying to
Yeah.
pursue something.
And this bitch that you just turned down don't even know you.
Yup.
But she just like, if she feeling you, she making you feel way better than the
The
shorty
woman
who's
at home,
supposed-
how does she
who's
do that?
supposed to tell
How
me-
I don't even know her.
don't
She's
know.
a stranger.
And she
How
just
the
be telling you-
stranger
I
don't
treating
know. I
me
don't
better
know.
than
I don't
you?
know. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
This is
I have no idea. I
You
cannot
sit there
relate
and
to
you
some
like,
of this.
man. And that's why I'm a firm believer. Like, we've been together, like I said, since 97, 23 years, whatever. But the thing is, if you pick the right person, and this goes back to what Tiki was saying earlier, you're going to have ups and downs every day. But if you pick the right person, and like Chris said earlier, you know that person, the best thing about it is you know that person got your back. Even though we argue, she
very
got my
important.
back.
Very important and underrated.
You know what I mean? So
Underrated. That's a definitely underrated attribute when it comes to relationships. You
'cause
could
I'm
be
sure
stuck
we
at
done all
1
dealt
a.m.
with some brides where you be like, man, I would never marry this bride.
Now, Chris
This
brought up a
is
good
just
point
very
earlier. I
bride.
just want to touch base on that. Chris said that married couples should renew their vows, Chris.
How about that?
Every
Maybe-
what?
Well, I don't know the percentages on the relationship, but it could
Do
be
that
every
shit
2
like a
years,
driver's license.
every 5
That
years.
is a good point.
And
Like a
if-
driver's license.
If you
Look at
guys
each other
have
and
an
be like, you want to
amicable-
do this again?
You got to
break
go
up,
through it. You got to
you're
look at
saving
each
your
other.
feelings.
Yeah.
You
No
know,
bull.
I don't,
I think that
It's
would
changed over time.
strengthen the bond.
It
I
could.
I
Get your
think that.
get your eye test. Eyes
Or it
ain't
could
good.
be-
nigga.
Or you opt out.
it could be another
Oh.
marriage. Yeah. It could
Well,
be
I
like
tried
getting married
this.
for the second or third or fourth time, as long as we keep renewing our vows and we legit and we faithful to
What
each
say
other.
you, Rob?
That shit costs. I ain't. You gotta have a party. People gonna come over. You gotta get food.
It doesn't have to be like the first wedding.
I mean, nah, it ain't gonna be like the first.
It could be
wedding,
a
but
backyard
you
thing,
guys-
something at the house. It
Yeah,
doesn't
see,
have
there
to
you
be
go.
nothing crazy.
Yeah, there you
Close
go.
people.
That's at least $430 right there. $475.
I mean, what's she worth, Rob? Can you put a price on that?
what
You gotta renew those vows.
Whose side are you on, man?
Can you put a price on? My job is to remain neutral. See, what we attempt to do on this platform is to provide understanding for both sexes, so we can find some median to have a successful, meaningful relationship.
That
A
is
lot of
absolutely
guys
true.
are like, "Yo, what's going on? These women out here, I want to get married. They have their job. They have a couple of dollars. They'll be good dads. What's going on with the women, Chris?"
What if someone's successful relationship was, here's this lady, she's out of my league, I stepped to her, we're dating, and we only made it for 4 months. Is that success for the male to say that he got what he wanted out of that relationship? He got a chance to take her out, he got a chance to sleep with this lady a few times, and then next thing you know, boom, they broke
show
up.
off, get some points.
Is
taken
that
out.
success? Because to me, that,
Damn.
not longevity doesn't necessarily mean the success, but if you're
His stock
mission-
rose by messing with her, but why couldn't he keep her? Did he
maybe
want to
it was
keep her?
who didn't want to keep going.
But
Maybe
with-
he did something corny. Maybe she did something corny. And then he's like, you know what? She's not the one. Even though I liked her in the beginning, but for 4 months, it was up and then it went down. And out of this 4
Corny
months,
shit don't even count until you say to yourself, I'm invested.
right?
You know what I'm saying?
So that's not.
That-
easy.
that- I was
meet
gonna
you
say-
tonight
That's
and
not-
we can hang out for 2-3 months. But if I never tell myself I'm invested,
Yeah.
Right.
I could walk away from you.
Easily, no feelings hurt.
But it's fucked up when a nigga feel like, oh, I'm invested, and she doing her thing. Now when she tell you it ain't that way, now you feeling some type of way.
Right.
Not
It does-
just
it
about
does
her,
go both-
but about
both
all
ways.
the women.
Right.
Then you like
Yes,
fuck
yes.
these bitches.
Nah,
Yeah.
feelings matter. I'm telling you.
Yes.
We've been told no a rack of times, but we keep going. We keep going.
So real quickly, gentlemen, in
So
your
you were just
opinion,
talking about the worth. I don't want to cut you off. How do you answer this question?
But I will anyway.
If your lady tells you, all right, I'm gonna put myself in this situation.
uh-huh.
All right, me and my lady been married for 23 years.
Yes.
She's ready for a new wedding band.
Okay.
So she looks at me the other night and she says, Do you think $5,000 is too much for a new wedding band?
What? Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
oh, now I look at her. I look back at the TV. I don't want to say what I really want to say because I'm trying to go to sleep. If I say what I really want to
That's
say, we're going to have an argument. But fuck it. We was already arguing during the day. I'm going to say what I want to say.
Okay.
So I'm like, nah, I mean, what the fuck would you need? We've been married 23 years. What you need a fucking $5,000 ring for? You know what I mean? Flat out. I just don't see. We didn't just meet. I know your peoples. We've been together for years. It ain't no, it's no need
But it's a
to.
recommitment and a renewal.
My recommitment to you is making sure you got that car to drive every day, that our kids is healthy, you got food to go eat. You know what I mean?
And I never said it wasn't
For
going to
real,
be
fuck this ring.
4,500. What if it was 4,500 or 4,000? I never
What she
said
says,
5,000.
is that too much for you? Or is that okay? Do you think, like, how do you answer that? You can't say, like I did, and say, oh, nah, fuck that. But I felt like I could say that because I got 23 years in. If I was 6 months in and I just met her, I might not have parted my lips to be like, hell no, I don't think that's a good idea.
How does she respond?
She was salty for a minute because women, like Rob said, they're emotional. So immediately she equates that to, oh, I'm not worth that. Nah, I didn't say you wasn't worth that. I said I think that's a stupid ass idea. You know what I mean? To me, it's logic. That's two different things. You know what I mean?
Logic versus
you want a Louis
emotion.
Vuitton purse. Louis Vuitton purse costs $1,000, but every other week you only got $300 in the bank.
That's true.
I think you're an idiot if you go buy this purse.
But you're using logic.
You know what I mean?
But they don't see that, brother. Let me ask you gentlemen real quickly.
More or less.
Starting with you, Chris. Do you believe your relationship made you a better person?
Absolutely.
Do you think that
Yes,
the
yes.
woman made you a better person?
Absolutely.
How about you, Rob?
Without a doubt, of course. You know what I'm about to say about that shit. I wouldn't even be here with these socks on if I was before. You know what I'm saying?
Confidence.
These are, you know what I'm saying?
1,000%.
Starboard
And you,
charts.
Trav?
1,000%. She, for real, she makes me who I am.
These are high quality socks.
So, I guess what we're saying here, guys, is to wrap it up, there will be ups and downs. Nobody is perfect. And there will be some turbulence, much like a long distance flight. But if you tough it out, you will get to clearer skies,
Yeah.
and there's a potential for a soft landing. Now, as much as we all complained on here, each gentleman said that the woman made him better. Now, to you ladies, I would say that guys do want to be married, but what you should focus on the most is how you can make them better, and not in a threatening, demeaning, undermining kind of way, but how you can make them better in an uplifting, inspirational kind of way, because that's what would make them stay, and that's what keeps you in the mix. All right, guys, I'd like to thank you for listening to another episode of Sick of Being Lonely. Are you sick of being lonely? If
Thanks
so,
for
visit
having us.
sickofbeinglonely.com because we can help. And oh yeah, standard rates may apply.